Let's go over the future of the Star Wars franchise when it comes to the anthology movies and Disney's big plan for the future. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one of the big stories that we actually touched on about 2 weeks ago at this point originated from Collider about the standalone films being put on hold. Then we got more clarification, all thanks to ABC's Clayton Sandel. And then further down the road, we heard more from The Hollywood Reporter, etc. And aside from all of that, we did in fact learn more updates from, of course, the whole entire situation behind the scenes over at Disney and Lucasfilm, etc., and what their big plan really is going to be. Now, you guys may or may not recall this, but this was actually something that we all learned about months and months ago, is that Disney actually had a total of 10 years worth of anthology film ideas that were stored that would eventually become movies on the big screen. Now, the big plan for Disney right now apparently is that those 10 anthology movies are all being done over from scratch and will be something completely different. Now, this fits right into the report by MakingStarWars.net that apparently Disney and Lucasfilm either canceled or postponed an anthology film that would have centered on the Mos Eisley spaceport. I don't know if you guys heard about that. I'll try to link that below in the description about that little story. Apparently there was going to be a Mos Eisley spaceport movie. I don't know how that would have honestly rolled, out to be as a Star Wars movie. I just don't see what that could have really held. Not only plot-wise, but character-wise, I really just don't know how that would have worked as a movie. But looking at Star Wars as a whole, Disney is now apparently redoing 10 years worth of anthology films, but the one movie that is moving forward apparently is the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. They realized this, that Obi-Wan is such a great selling figure. They see that he's this character not only in Star Wars Rebels, but also in the original trilogy and the whole entire prequel trilogy. There's a lot of potential there. So the fact that they are redoing all of these different anthology film ideas that they had in mind really brings one to question themselves exactly originally what did Disney have in mind for their anthology movies. Now, this honestly fits in with what we heard a couple of months ago about them having the ideas of a Yoda movie, and then as we learned about 3 weeks ago, now there's no plans for a Yoda movie. So Disney's really making this huge shift in their approach to the Star Wars franchise, and I really do believe that the Solo A Star Wars Story movie itself and the box office results was a huge wake-up call that they really have to focus on what the majority of Star Wars fans will enjoy. Now, I will agree that Solo was a good film. I don't think it was great, and as I've said many times, I viewed Rogue One as a better film, probably because I'm the type of Star Wars fan that leans toward the war aspects and the whole Jedi aspect of things, as opposed to the heist and underworld side of things for Star Wars. That's just how I am. But looking at everything that has been happening, not only with the anthology films, but with the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie quite possibly coming to Disney's streaming service, which is honestly causing a lot of controversy right now because everybody wants to see Ewan McGregor reprise his role as Obi-Wan on the big screen. Now, I will say that no matter what Disney does, with Obi-Wan, I'm just happy to see him as long as he is treated like the Obi-Wan that we saw in the prequel trilogy, because Ewan coming back serves as a great bridge between both Sir Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan and the Obi-Wan that Ewan played as well in episodes 1, 2, and 3. Now, the fact that they're redoing all 10 movies, guys, what do you think about this? Is this really oversaturation? Because not only do we have the new Star Wars trilogy by the Game of Thrones guys, D&D, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, but we also have a new trilogy coming by writer and director Rian Johnson. And we have a live-action TV series by Jon Favreau. So for them to be redoing all 10 anthology film ideas that they had, aside from Obi-Wan, because that's apparently moving forward, do you guys see this as oversaturation? Now, my point of view on this is that, well, if each project has a lot of quality in it, And if it doesn't feel like that Disney is just pushing these projects just for the sake of it, I then will feel a whole lot more better, and I won't view it as oversaturation. However, if this is strictly just to keep the Star Wars brand going, that's where I feel like oversaturation could very well take into effect. However, guys, take it for what it is. Let me know what you think about this below in the comments section, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.